Okay.
Anyway, we don't have so much time today, so go ahead and what would you like to ask me today, Lydia?
About being projector, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the thing is that, for example, I know my strategy is to be invited,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it's confusing, you know. When should I start an action like first? When I should be like this spontaneous? Because I very often feel, and as I'm an intuitive person, I very follow my feelings,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's with the human design, I found this confusing about this because the brain starts to think, oh,
Mm-hmm.
is that the right thing to do? So I wanted to ask, maybe you can tell it from your perspective, how you see it, how it's like, I want to say pronounce this invitation strategy, how it's
Yeah.
how it works.
Okay, so about the strategy of waiting for the invitation and finding that balance between being embodied and also know when to act.
Yes, yeah, being in the flow, my own intuitive state, and
Mm-hmm.
then this thing about this waiting invitation. So in which moments of my life I should, how to say, take it, like that
Yes.
I have to wait it now, and
Yeah.
in which moments I have to like, no, I have to follow. I have this feeling and I'm just doing it.
Yeah, I totally get you. It's a great question. Thank you for asking that. I work with projectors normally. I have a coaching program for projectors, and this is one of the major questions that I get, and also was one of the, for me, bigger things that I had to, kind of figure out. And what I've learned so far from my perspective. Firstly, it's important to understand what does it mean to wait for the invitation, because I actually see a lot of projectors don't even understand it because they think it means, okay, I sit on the sofa and now I wait for the invitation. That's not what it means. What
Exactly.
it means is waiting for the invitation is that whenever you want to do something that involves someone else's aura, so it involves another person, that's when you have to wait for the invitation because your perspective is so deep and transformative that the other person kind of has to invite you into it. Otherwise, your perspective will bounce off their aura. However, if you want to start something, if you want to do a dance class, if you want to start a business, you can just do it. You can just do it. You don't have to wait for any invitation if it doesn't involve someone else. So that's the first part. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Yes, a lot actually. A lot because I also I have been listening, and I have my good friends as well around who are working with the human design. They're also a projector, but they didn't explain this from this kind of perspective, because for me it's very resonating as I am working with the people, so I'm feeling them, and so now I understand that it's more related when you are like relate when it's the another person really like
Yeah,
in your field.
exactly.
It's about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not about the work, or I don't know, waiting for when somebody invites you for some kind of project, or it's not about that.
No, I mean, those are also good. I always look at where am I invited. For instance,
Me too.
the way that we work as projectors is that we're actually just meant to imprint our aura in the
Yeah.
sense of knowing what we want. And the same when it comes to money, actually. You can decide, I want to make 5K a month. Then your job is to imprint your aura. And that's a lot of the work I do with my clients is that most projectors can't even do that because they're very conditioned. They have a lot of beliefs that go against what they want. So they don't even get to the step where they can imprint the aura with what they desire. And because they can't imprint the aura, the right invitations have trouble coming to them because the way other people are going to invite you is through interaction with your aura, then feeling what it is that you're actually desiring and coming with some sort of invitation if they see it fitting. Does that make sense?
Yes, but is that only, it doesn't work only for projector this way. It doesn't work like the same for others, also generators and
Well, we are the only ones that have to wait for the invitation strategy. However, generators, I find that they have a similar strategy because their strategy is to respond. So they also need to wait for a cue of the environment. However, the difference is that their cue can be anything. It could be literally looking out the window, seeing the sun shining, and that is their cue to think about if they want to go outside, you know? So that is like they can be invited from everything. Whereas as projectors, our invitations come specifically from people, from other living auras and beings. So it's always fun to see where you are invited. Like